Alright, how are you guys doing? Right now we're gonna open up the deck. Make sure this guy's not loose. Some of you who haven't seen the inside of the rover, if you didn't know, we're still trying to figure out how to get to the motor in here, because it seemed like Brad built like a whole bracket around to protect this motor, and this thing is built like a tank. So if you don't know how to get to it, you are not going to do it easily unless you just want to tear everything apart, which I don't want to do. I might check underneath. I thought even when I opened this thing up, I might be able to get some type of a way to loosen up okay. This is where we're at. I reduced this light so it's not too overexposed. Alright, so this is underneath, and we need to get this bolts off, and then there's these bolts that are on the side right here, and the same on the other side to get this out. And I've done this before, so we can actually access this motor. The noise you're hearing is coming from my gimbal, and I'm not sure why it's doing that. Let me see. I'm just gonna turn it off. Yeah, like it's stabilized because you guys can see, you guys can hear that it's off right now, but no more noise, no more annoying noise. All right. These are 10mm bolts, and also on the other side there's one. We have figured out how we're gonna take this thing out, and we're using one of these, and I have my wrench on the other side, and it's holding on to it. Fortunately, this part I could not show to you guys. See the thing right here? I used the magnets on the other side, so this little nuts won't fall out. And I'm using this to go through the top. I will show you guys where this bolt is at right now. Turn this gimbal back on. Jeez. Making me look unprofessional, man. Like it just starts buzzing and making weird noise for no reason. But I wanted to show you guys where the screw came out of. See right there. See, right behind that cable. It's like hiding right there. See it? That's where that bolt is, like under there. So it's a little bit difficult to get to. The other one is also up here behind the cables. So what I'm gonna do is unzip tie this thing, take it out, and move it so I can have space to get to it with the wrench. And we're gonna do the same thing to get that out. So that's what I'm doing up here. Let's show you guys this bolt right now. This is the bolt right here. Doing this, but this is the bolt that just came out from right there. We're gonna go to the other side and do the same thing. I'll put lights to see maybe if you guys are able to see it this time. What was that stupid noise? We got it. Okay. When this thing came out last time, it was like a pain to put it back. Now you can see direct access to the motor. And this is the stuff. More protection for it. Now we can take a look as to what's holding this thing on here and figure out how we're gonna do this. The motor is being held by this bolt, that bolt, and some bolt up here with a thing that's attached to it. Once those things come loose, it will give us like a wiggle room. So all I really need is to be able to shift the motor and be able to attach the other sprocket on here, and we'll be good to go to the next step. This motor still feels pretty well tight in there. I think there might be another thing holding on to it, which will likely annoy the crap out of me right now. I haven't been recording because it's frustrating to do this without knowing what type of bolts or where I'm going to take out things from. So therefore I want to turn off my camera and actually focus on getting to these things and doing this thing properly, because the more I try to record, the longer it takes, the more frustrated I get a little bit. So that's why I'm not documenting this whole aspect of doing this. But when I do finish doing this, I would like to also explain it to some of you out there that do have the Hollyburn GX, in case if you want to do the same thing, it will be much easier. So I have to move my camera out the way right now so I can check if there's any other bolts that I need to be aware of before I start loosening this. This too, that's all the way to the top. No, it's like all the way up here. See those two? This one right here. You can already see that they're coming down. The ones on the inner part of it, you already see that they're coming down. So we gotta get those, and I'll check around to see if there's any more bolts. We finally got a call from Brad, and he told us how to get this thing out. We're gonna be dropping the motor, so the whole section back here, we're gonna be dropping it so we can get to that sprocket that's attached to the motor. Right now we have to take this flare off. These are called flares. So I'm not in now, you can actually take them off. So we're gonna slowly go through the bolts. There's 2 bolts on the inside. There's one right here that I see, and then there's 2 at the bottom. There's one right here. So my camera is like out of whack right now, because I'm handheld in it. And there's one right there, and then there's one over here underneath in the front. So we'll get through all that. Once I drop this motor, put the sprocket, the next thing we're gonna start on is the chain. This is a little bit of work, but now that Brad have given me the information of how to get to the thing, I think I'm a little bit relieved, and a little bit I think it's gonna be a little bit more easier for me to get to these things. So let's jump right into it. We gotta get this done. Like I said, Brad gave me a call, and it was a major breakthrough in what we're doing. He said to remove the flares. I didn't even think about removing these things, but if you guys know, these are the things that go on the side like this, and it's held in by 6 bolts. I'll take it out right now. There's 2 bolts right here, 1, 2, and then there's a few. There's one here, 1, 2, one at the bottom, that right here, and then another one at the bottom in the front. So once you take those out, this comes out. Now this gives us access to these 2 bolts that are right here. It's 2 bolts on each side. These 2 bolts are what hold the chassis to the motor. So I think we can drop the whole thing once these 4 bolts come out. We're taking out the flares on the other side. The tools, this is a 516 tool that I'm using for these bolts that are here. There's one more on this side. So I'm not gonna bore you guys with all that stuff, because like I said, I want to get this thing done, and then maybe I can explain everything that I did. But right now, getting it done, I need to move the camera out of my way. It's slowing me down. I'm gonna truth here to see if this motor is gonna drop. And release this. Alright, I think it's actually dropping right now. It should be sitting on this. No, it's not. It seems like there's still something holding on to it. Guys, I appreciate the level of dedication here. Turn on these lights. My other camera died, and I said, no way we're gonna get these shots for you guys. The motor is now dropped. I had to take out the bolts, and then I also had to, the bolts that are on both sides, I also had to take out the, what's his name? The kickstand, because it was getting in the way when I was wiggling this thing to bring it out. So I had to take out the kickstand, and then after that I used sorry, I forget what this things are called right now, because I'm annoyed and I'm trying to get this thing done, and we just barely get into the motor right now. So I use one of these to push it down from the top, because this is such a tight fit, like it's really tight in there. So now we're gonna remove the old sprocket that's right here, and put the new one in, and get the chain over it, and then start working our way to get this thing back up there. That's pretty much it, and then start tightening up all the bolts that we took out. This has been one hell of a work, man. You know, anything else you want to do on the Hollyburn GS probably gonna be easy for you to do. But you see this, make sure you take out like a whole day to do it, or you are gonna be in some serious problem trying to rush things. So right now this thing is dropped, it's sitting on the stand that's right here. You can see it is sitting on the stand. I'm not letting it drop at all. And so because we have all these cables out here, you see the cables are right there, and we don't want any of those getting damaged, so we did not drop it as much. All right, so I have you guys here now. Hopefully this battery stays alive for as long as possible. If not, I'm gonna plug it into the charger right now, because I don't want the light turning off on you guys as I'm doing this. And this have taken me a little bit more time as well, because I'm trying to make sure that I show you guys all these things that are going on. All right, so let's get to it. No more talking. You might see me move the camera a little bit. I'm just trying to get it out of my way so I can get under here. There's some bolts that are on the side, and the first thing I'm about to do right now is see if I can slide the chain off. Okay, the chain just came off. Woohoo! Finally, man. All right, we're changing out these sprockets, and there's some screws that are on the side of it that we need to loosen up. So I'm just gonna rotate it to where I can see it. I think there's about 2 of them. Let's make sure we have the right tool here. See if it's this. Yep, I think this is the right one. It's like barely fitting in there. So let's see. And I did feel it trying to come out. So this one seems a little bit deeper. It's a little bit deep in there. It's pretty deep. We got tools for this, that's one thing. So no matter how deep this thing is in there, we can get to it. I think this one will do. There we go. And like I said, there's a couple of this. There should be 2 of them. I'm not sure if this is just one of these ones. It's like pretty tight. It doesn't want to let go. And then it's gonna be another one. Yeah, there's another one on this side. And if you guys are wondering what I'm taking out there, if you look right here, see this thing will focus. You can see inside here there's some of these little screws that are inside, or bolts, whatever you call them. Where I'm from, we call them screws and bolts. Did this one just come out so easily? Because you know the other one was like super tight. You can hear it when it cracked. This one came out easy. Please don't tell me I have to bang on this. Unless there's another one. I just want it to come out nice and smooth. It's already been a long day. I don't need anything trying to make it any harder than it is right now. Wait. Yeah, it's 2 of them. Alright, this is the other one. Is it gonna come out easy? That is the question right now. Is it gonna just slide out? Yeah. Nice. Old sprocket out. Let's get the new one in. This thing is already in there. He did give me an extra one, so I'm just gonna leave the one that's already in there. This sprocket is a little bit smaller than the other one, but it is sliding in like this. Now I know the way that he had it, he had a little bit of room of right here. think that's how he had it. Hopefully I'm good on this. There's no mark of like where to have this thing, but I kind of eyeballed it that this is exactly where he had the other one coming off to right there. Now we're gonna get the chain in right now, because as you guys know, once this thing does go up, it might be a little bit annoying to get the chain back up. I'm also checking how close the chain is going to be to the motor. Yeah, I think right where I saw this thing at, that's where it's going to be going to the back. Last thing I want to do is drop this motor again. I'm a fan of this thing not trying to come out. Once he gets in there, it's gonna wiggle it out. Okay, where's the other side? Alright, see the other one. I'm tying it in. Wait, do these bolts have Loctites on them? Hold on, wait a minute. Let me put my Loctite in it. There is no Loctite. Nah. That is a big mistake. Where's my Loctite? So you guys know this will be the area that will be most likely vibrating the most. So nothing too much, just a little dab on there and get it back in. I am gonna bring the other one out right now. Gotta Loctite that one too with a red Loctite. It's gonna be a lot of vibration in this area. We don't want it like coming loose whatsoever, man. Use the tool to tighten it up all the way. Okay, it's pretty good. All right, that looks good right about there. I'm gonna wrap this thing all the way to the back and wrap it around the other sprocket. But now we have to start working this motor back up to where it was, and this is gonna be the interesting part. See how easy it will be. It's gotta go up and forward. Alright guys, so we're gonna be breaking these two links right here. That's where I measured it at. With this, how it works, just in case if you're wondering how to break a chain, this, once you loosen it up, squeeze it to open it, and grab the other side, and then you start rotating I'm trying to get the pin that's in there to align with the other sliding area that's right there. I'll show you guys once it comes down. So you can see it coming down, and as it's getting close, it's gonna get tighter. See how it's grabbing onto this, and it's gonna start pushing out that other link. It gets pretty tough. He has pushed it a little bit. Once it goes in like this, I go one more and I loosen it up. This is so not to bend the link. And I go to the next one. So you just press and release. This is the one that I've been pushed in. This one right here, you can see it. It's been pushed in a bit. Now we're gonna go to the next one, which is this. So we grab, so you guys can see, you grab from this side, and then you start turning. It is not as difficult as it looks, just because I'm doing this in the camera. So I'm trying to make sure you guys see what I'm doing. See that little thing right here is pressing it down, the pin. Okay. So I have it right in the middle before I start forcing it down. There we go, much better. Okay. It's pushing out now. Right. You can go ahead and force this one through because the other one is already loosened up, and then we're gonna go back to it. I'm gonna go back to the other one right now. Going back to this. Gonna bring this back a little bit. It's gonna be the last push. See right there? See the needle? It's pushing in that middle part. So it's gonna be the last push, and it's gonna pop right out. And you feel it, it will loosen up. Okay. See from the other side. Push it all the way out. And you just retract this. Pretty much just comes off. And that's how you break a chain or unlink a chain. So the other part just comes off.
When you let nothing out within an easy, when you go without for dinner, and I wasn't even a teen yet. I learned that from my jeans stretch. I moderate not more cause I'm eating. Yes, I tolerate lactose with a cheese in. The pace is present. Live with future now, can't waste a second. Gotta eat peace when I lack protein.
Since the chain is metal, I have my magnet. I'm just gonna pull it and bring it towards me. I don't think you guys saw what happened, but that's fine. We'll try to bring you guys closer so you can see what's going on in there. So you can see the chain. I don't know if you guys can't see it, but I'm pulling it now, so I need to get this thing done. Okay, right there. See, we grab right here and we're pushing it from the back, and we get bam, and it slaps in.